Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive. You sit in the place, will you survive? Esau's falling, Jacob on the ride. Cause we got the most high. 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 Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Cause we got the most high. We got the spirit.
You would be from the tribe of Reuben. See, if you look on here and you go across, this is what God called you. Our Father in heaven, he called you Reuben. He called us Judah. You see? See, them all made up names on that side. They made those names up. We could give you the history of where your people came to this side of the world before the so-called white man came and conquered your people.
Right.
Okay, when they got here, they were calling. They first off started calling you the Seminole Indians. I think that's who it was, right? Yeah, Seminole Indians. Seminole Indians.
Yeah.
Familiar with that, right?
Turkeys.
You're right. You're familiar with that. What is that? Second address.
I don't really know the whole history, to be honest. I don't want to lie to you by myself. I'm trying to get in.
Right. Your history is this Bible. Your history is in the Bible. The Bible is our history book. Our fathers were brothers. These are all brothers. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, on down. All brothers. These are Jacob's sons. The sons of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. You follow me? Israel in the Bible? Okay, so he had 12 sons. And that's who the kingdom of heaven is for. That's coming. The kingdom that's coming. Okay? And our history is in the Bible. And that's what they took away from us. That's why religion is only about the same age as Seminole Indian. They almost the same age. Religion, Christianity, Catholic Church, you heard of them, right? All that only go back so far. Because when they stole our book, then they created a bunch of religions out of our book. Kept us from reading our book. So we wouldn't know. Killed off all our parents, our grandparents, and was nothing but children left. And then they raised us up in lies.
Yeah, he asked you.
That's what happened. He said he's Reuben. He identified with Reuben.
He Honduras.
Honduras. Asher. That's I thought at first Asher. I thought Asher.
Yeah.
Asher.
So that's what
Asher. Right.
know more about me.
Right. Right. Read, listen to this. This is the Bible.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
So we was carried away prisoner, 10 tribes. 1, 2, 3, and everybody else was the 10 tribes, okay? You all right? So the 10 tribes, they went into captivity first. They came and got the other 3 tribes second. So in 1492, they came over here and got you guys.
Right.
This is where God gave y'all this land. I'm going back before 1492.
Right.
I'm going back to where when you first got this land from the Most High God, this land here in the North America. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land
Right.
in the time of Osea the king,
Right.
whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria,
Uh-huh.
led away captive.
Right.
He carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land.
They came into another land.
But they took this counsel among themselves,
So you guys, your forefathers, they talked among themselves.
that they would leave the multitude of the heathen
They was going to leave everybody. They're going to leave the multitude of the heathen and everybody. Go ahead.
and go forth into a further country
Into a further country.
where never mankind dwelt.
No man dwelt here before your people. That's why they call it the newfound land. You ever heard this referred to as the newfound land? We heard of that before? Or the Europeans call it the newfound land? This was the land where no man dwelt before. The world was made up in so many parts. This was the part where it wasn't habitated yet. until your people came here, which is recorded, which is what he's reading to you.
Right.
Go ahead.
That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
So y'all came here to keep the commandments of the Most High God.
Right.
That y'all didn't keep in our own land, back in Israel. See, we didn't keep the law. That's why we ended up in this position that we in now.
Right.
Right now, you're looking at wake-up time. This is the end of the curses. We're coming to the end. That's why we know who we are. We know who you are. We know who our enemy is.
Right.
We know. So we at the end. Okay? So this is it. That's why we out here. That's why you here. Man's goings of the Lord, Judah.
That's right. Proverbs 16 and 20. 16 and 1.
16 and 1.
What if you just wrong?
Ezra, second Ezra.
Second address. This is second address.
Hey, low. Keep it down mind. Keep it down mind. What you said it was
Write it down.
He talking about second address. He want to see it again. I know you know it. He know where it's
I
at.
want you to tell me that, but later, okay?
Yeah, ready. So let him see second address so he can kind of soak it up.
Yeah.
There's more on there.
That was it.
That was it on that.
Yeah.
So what happened to us is we didn't keep the commandments. So our God punished us. So what you need to know is God is the God of these people,
Right.
but not the whole world. That's what's got to come out. That's what a lot of people are scared to talk about. Okay? God only loves his people.
That's right.
Christianity was something that was beaten to us as slavery. And we got all the old Christian pastors still trying to beat it into our people to this day, mentally. Okay? Because they're docile. They're docile people. They scared. You looking at men that's not scared. That's why we out here. Give me, Joe, what you got?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
With who?
With the children of Israel.
See, this covenant was made with the children of Israel. It didn't say that this was made with the whole world. He didn't say this is the covenant the Lord made with all people. Read it again, huh? Listen carefully.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses
Uh-huh.
to make with the children of Israel.
With who?
With the children of Israel.
The children of Israel.
That's what we call
That be you.
12 tribes.
You see that?
Israel.
Children of Israel. 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That would be you. So this covenant was made for you. Everybody else can go about their day sinning and doing what they want, doing their own will. No problem. That's why they don't have no problems. That's why they got all this. Even though they did the most murder and rape and pedophilia on earth. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes,
Right.
which I command thee this day,
Now we had to do all these commandments that he commanded us, and there was going to be a condition. Go.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all these curses came on us. We went into slavery. Our children were sold. We were beat. We worked from sun up to sundown.
Right.
We pay rent. We have to do all these things in the hand of our enemies. You notice it keeps saying our enemies. Now, when you go check in at a job, what's the nationality of the people that run your job that you work for?
What?
White people, right? So God called them who? Your enemies. That's why they behave the way they do and not even blink an eye.
That's right.
They know who they are, and they really know who you are. You see what I'm saying? But the trick is on us. Because we don't know who we are. We walk around calling ourselves Mexican, Honduras, Black, African American. We call ourselves Puerto Rican. We call ourselves Cuban. We call ourselves all these names that was given to us by the same people that conquered us. So we walk around not knowing, and they walk around knowing. You see what I mean? So your enemies know who you are. That's why they don't stop. If you notice, they don't stop, do they? There's no kind of way they can overrule what we bringing out. No way. We got Google on the phone, right? This is the land of information, right? But they don't challenge this, do they? You see somebody challenge this yet? And we right downtown in their hub. We where they hang out, right? And they're not stopping to challenge it at all because they can't. This is just simply the facts. We're speaking fact.
That's right.
Biblical and historical fact.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city,
Uh-huh.
and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So we was cursed in the field. Tobacco fields, sugarcane fields. Remember that? That's our ancestors. The rice fields, watermelon fields. You know what I mean? We was cursed in those fields. They beat our ancestors back. They worked from sun up to sundown. Remember? We were cursed in the field. Now how are we cursed in the city? We live in the barrios, right? We live in the ghettos. We live in the what's called the hood. You everybody say, where's the hood at? Because we cursed in the city. They shoot us. The so-called police shoot us and walk away scot-free, right? They find themselves not guilty. What is that? Not Zephaniah.
Get that,
Zechariah?
Zechariah 11.
Zechariah 11:5. What you holding on to, Judah? Was you holding on to something? Okay, Zechariah 11:5.
Verse 36.
Uh-huh.
The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone.
So they said we was going to be taken by these people, and when they get us there, we was going to serve other gods, wood and stone.
Right.
That wood being Christianity, that cross, that wooden cross, that's the wood. That stone being that Islam, the cobblestone. You know how they go to Mecca and they circle that big rock and they be by that big rock praising it and worshiping it and bowing to it? The same way you see these Christians tearing their cross and kissing their cross and doing this and bowing down to the cross. Those are other gods. See, Christianity came this guy right here. Without the horns, don't they call that Jesus? Ain't that what they say? That's not Jesus according to our book and our records. They give a full description of what Jesus looked like. Did you know that? With wool, like fine brass, as if it burned in a furnace. Right. So this guy definitely not him. That don't look like fine brass. That's
the devil.
That's the devil. That's the true devil.
Your enemy.
Your enemy is the devil. See, the word devil means liar and deceiver. The biggest lie ever told was that Jesus Christ was a white man. That's the biggest lie ever told in the universe. People lie all the time, but this is the biggest lie ever. When you lie on God's son and say he's a so-called white man, he's an Edomite, that's a big lie. The word devil means liar or deceiver. Remember that. There is nobody with a pitchfork and horns and he out down there in the hot spot poking you and stuff. That's not real. That's Greek mythology. That's where that come from, okay? You can look that up, Greek mythology. They'll tell you that Dante's Inferno. You know, all that is made up Greek mythology stuff. The truth of the scripture says that that's the devil, the deceiver of the earth. Come on.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment,
Right.
a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Lord shall lead thee.
He said we was going to be an astonishment, a byword, a proverb. That means calling you out your name. That's what when people see us, they kind of like shake their head and walk around. All the other heathens, you see how they do us? You know how the heathen look down on us like we're nothing and they're something? Okay, we're the astonishment. A lot of our people walk around with their pants down by their ankles. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of brothers doing that with their pants down. Tattoo their whole face up. Try to look scary. You know? So we call our women out of their names. We rap about killing each other. Our music, we sing songs about killing my brother. Don't nobody else do that. That's why we're in astonishment. Don't nobody else, you don't see the white man talking about, I'm gonna get me a gun and I'm gonna kill me some crackers. He don't do that, do he? Do the white man make songs like that, sis? He don't make songs where he say, I'm gonna get me a gun and I'm gonna kill me some crackers. Only we do that because we're in astonishment, sis. You know what I'm saying? These is curses that was put on our people. That's why we the only ones walk around glorifying that. You know, they don't never say, "Oh man, my sister is a hoe and she gonna freak a lot of people." That they don't do that. We do that. So we're in astonishment. And when they call us a proverb or a byword, that's calling you out your name. That's why I say, look at this spit. Look at this nigga. Look at this wetback. Look at this. These are the names that we were going to be called according to the prophecies. And they happened. That's right. See, that's the reason why Esau, who's the so-called white man, his real name is Esau, he don't come up and challenge this because he can't.
Get out, sister.
They really do call me Negro.
Stop walking with the devil, sister.
Yeah, you got to come out. Got to get out.
Get out, sister.
Got to get out. Got to get out, sis.
He gonna hit you on the top of the head. He gonna find you in the middle of the floor.
You don't want to do that. Wake up with your kidneys missing.
Get out.
But seriously, on a serious note, they call us all these names and nobody can dispute that. You see what I mean? Because you're God's chosen people. This is how we know for a fact that the Bible is real. Because all the prophecies of the Bible, they happen. The so-called Quran don't even have prophecies. Christianity make up fairy tales. You celebrate Christmas? Yeah, the Christmas is satanic. Right, don't do that. That's a no-no for our people. Them is things that was made up, celebrating Christmas and whatnot. See, they'll look, but they ain't gonna come over. See, look. See, they'll take that peek, but they ain't gonna come over and challenge what we said. But they looking at that sister though, ain't they? They checking out that sister though. Yep. God made the children of Israel women the most beautiful women in the world. Not the Edomite woman with her flat self.
Verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high.
Now he says the stranger that's around us, they gonna get above us very high. That's where the East Indian man come over and he run all the 7-Elevens. That's where the Chinese man come in and he run all the nail salons and the wig spots and the hair places. You got the Arabs running the gas stations and whatnot, right? Every other nation, the African man, he come here, he be very successful. Because remember, we're not talking about skin color, we're talking about blood lineage. The African man, that's not us. We're not African American. The African man come from Ham. We come from Shem. That's why they can come here and be successful right away. As soon as they get off the plane, they own this, they own that. Our forefathers been here coming out of slavery forever. You see what I'm saying? We've been coming out of slavery forever. And we don't get to own anything. We barely own our houses. Some of us don't even own our houses. You see what I mean? So the stranger was going to get above us very high. And what was going to happen to us?
Moreover, all these curses, verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So it says we can go get a loan from them, but they don't come get a loan from us, right? He's the head, and he said we was going to be the tail. And that's just facts. No way around that. That's what we're dealing with. We at the bottom, they at the top. These are the curses to identify who are those people today.
Right.
That's what this is all about. And they can't deny it.
That's right.
Anybody who can gainsay what we saying, step up and tell us. My man. Shalom, shalom. Who can gainsay what we saying? Man, your little brother's supposed to be here, man.
I thought he was down here.
He's supposed to be here. I called him and called him. I don't know what's going on. But he's supposed to be here.
Yeah, we seen him down. We seen him posting everything.
Yeah.
About that, man.
Yeah. We're trying to get it in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just Sean's sister and his older brother. Yeah. Some people who what? Some people should know this. That's why we do it. Oh yeah.
And that way, other people are gonna wake
Yeah, we trying to wake everybody up because this is it. This the end. The only reason why we woke is because it's the end, because we was in the same things everybody else was into. I was in the Seventh-day Adventist church. I thought this was Christ when we came up. You know what I mean? We was doing everything everybody else was doing. But he said, according to prophecy, at the last end, he was going to wake some of us up. Get that out. I know you know.
Barak 2 and 30.
Barak 2 and 30. See, at the last, he was going to wake some of us up. And that's what it is. If you can understand what's coming out in these scriptures, then it's for you. You might be a part of the redeemed. See, because everybody not getting redeemed. I know we had that discussion that was at Christmas in y'all living room at Mom's house. The young lady from college, I forget her name, but I remember her zeal for this guy. She had a lot of zeal for this guy. Christianity in her church. She had a lot of zeal. I forget. She came home from college and she went in. Read this.
It's the book of Barak, chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
He said we knew we wasn't going to hear him because we are stiff-necked people. Go ahead.
But in the land of their captivities.
Where?
In their captivities.
Here.
They shall remember themselves.
We're going to remember ourselves, and that's what's going on. We're remembering ourselves. That was future prophecy. Say in the land of their captivity. When we brung here captive,
That's right.
then we come here captive on slave ships, right? Ain't that the story? And the ones that was here, when y'all taking captives, some of y'all was shipped off to Spain, wouldn't you? To serve there. Gave you a new name. See, you used to be the Seminole Indians. You used to be the Aztecs. They stripped that and they called you Honduras.
Right.
Name keep changing, just like our name keep changing. Sis, then we used to be colored. We used to be black. We used to be African American, Afro American.
Right.
We've been all these things, right? Our name keep changing because they don't want you to find out your real name. You're Judah. You are Asher. He's from the tribe of Asher. You're from the tribe of Judah. Your brother, this your brother, this your cousin. Our fathers are all brothers. Judah at the top. Benjamin, Levi. You see the list? This is what God called you on this side. On that side is the names we've been given. And those names keep changing every couple of years. But this is your real name. Right across from what the name they gave you. So this is what's happening. Read that out.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him,
Right.
and keepeth not his commandments,
Right.
is a liar.
All right. Now I'm going to stop there. Did you hear that? He said, he that saith he know me. Let's start again from the top. Listen to this. Because everybody say, I know the Lord. That was the argument I had in the living room that night. You like, you can't tell me. And then she had, one guy was with her. He had a lot of passion too. I can't remember his name either. Go ahead.
1 John, chapter 2, verse 3.
Check this out.
And hereby we do know that we know him,
Now we know God if what?
if we keep his commandments.
If we keeping his commandments. We keeping a beard on our face. Don't ever shave. I always tell you that. Don't ever shave. This is a commandment. We got to get you some fringes. You know what I'm saying? Stop eating pork. Stop eating shrimp, crab, lobster. All these things is the commandments. Sis, you got to wear a dress. It's a part of the commandments. That's just what it is. Go ahead.
He that saith, I know him,
Right.
and keepeth not his commandments,
Don't keep the commandment.
is a liar.
What?
Is a liar.
Now, that's God talking. Go ahead.
And the truth is not in him.
And the truth is not in them. So all these pastors and preachers that come around saying, you know, they know the Lord, they're going to church on Sunday when Sunday is the wrong day. The Sabbath was Saturday. It's the seventh day. It was never the first day of the week. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, 12 and verse 13.
Right.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the conclusion of the whole matter. So we can drop the mic after this. Go ahead.
Fear God
Fear God.
and keep his commandments.
What?
And keep his commandments.
Go ahead.
For this is the whole duty of men.
That's our whole duty, y'all.
That's right.
We supposed to fear God, the Israelites, the people on his side, and keep his commandments. Now the other nations know this. That's why they try to keep us in sin. That's why they got the whole world set up to make sure that we sin against our Lord. Because once we keep the commandments and we no longer in sin, guess what he do? He put us on top and everybody else on bottom. Now they all know this. That's why it's important. You see, they don't even come to challenge this. Come out here boldly. You know what I mean? Come with, with the age of information. We can Google it. You know what I mean? We could do that right now, right? But it's just the truth. It ain't nothing they can do with it. And they don't want to bring attention to it, because if more of y'all wake up, they already know. That's it. The faster we wake up, the faster we're going to get out of here and run the world. Not just America. We're going to run the world. You know how we see them taking pictures from all these breathtaking places and whatnot? They're not going there no more. Them going to be our houses. Them beautiful places, they're going to be your home. You understand? We going to run this. And they know this. They know this because they run it right now, right? Give me, Judah, give me Job 9:24. What you got,
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people,
if there be any error in us, if we break the law, listen to this.
And they sin against their God,
and we sin against our God. Now this is the other nations talking about us. Go ahead.
Let us consider that this will be their ruin.
And that's going to be our ruin.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And that's when they came and overcame us. Because we were in sin. They knew this. This is a discussion they had about us. Go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
but if we don't sin, if we get our stuff together and we start keeping the commandments,
let my Lord now pass by. Lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
And they gonna be reproached beyond all the, you know how they look like? Look at them niggas over there. Nah, you gonna be saying, man, look at these heathen ass white folks. That's what you're gonna be saying.
God.
See, that's what it's gonna all change. And they know it because the Most High God gonna do it. It's not a carnal battle. You know what I'm saying? You don't pick up boxing and rocks and guns. And this is not how you fight this. The way you whoop them is coming back to your Lord and keeping his commandments. That's the way we defeat this poverty. That's the only way. It has nothing to do. We can march this way, march. They've been marching for years. Come on, that's the Christian church leading the way too, ain't it? Ain't doing a bit of help because they're not keeping the commandments. The pastor will tell you that the commandments done away with. All you got to do is believe on Jesus, baby. That's what they say, baby, just believe on Jesus. How am I going to show that I believe in God if I'm not even doing what he said? And God said keep his commandments over and over. So it don't even make sense. All I got to do is, well, how do I show I believe? I can tell you that. I believe anything, right? But how do you know I truly believe it? Unless you see me keeping his commandments and doing his will, right? So that's where they lose our people in the sauce. Go ahead.
Got it.
Bring that out.
The second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Right.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end of the world.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
And Jacob, these people on this sign, is the beginning of it that follows. So whether all our people wake up or not, because see, 2/3 of our people are not going to wake up because it's written in the Bible already. It's prophesied. That's why we go so hard trying to at least get 1, maybe 2 out of 50. You see what I'm saying? We are right on. All praises. All praises. All praises. Because everybody not going to wake up. Because the Bible said everybody not going to wake up. But according to what my brother just read, you still got that, Judah? What he just read was a future prophecy that's going to happen no matter what. Esau is the so-called white man on earth, whether he be German, whether he call himself American, whether he call himself Italian, whether he call himself whatever, all the different names they got, Swedish, all that. All praise. All right, brother. Go ahead. So check it out what he said.
Verse 10. The hand of man is betwixt the hill and the hand of the question.
Now start from the top. Was that the top? 6 and 9.
Okay, 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end of the world. This Esau world right now we in. So-called white man's world, right? Could nobody argue that, right? Not even the white man himself. They know they run this, right? You know what I mean? They call the police and they take my word or his word. Whose word they gonna take? Exactly, no matter what. Because who gonna show up? The white guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Even if a black guy do show up, what he gonna do? Kiss boots of the white guy. And then he go to his Christian church You can learn lies Sunday morning. You see, it's all connected. They all connected. See, Christianity is white supremacy. That's all it is, another form of white supremacy. You go to church on Sunday, and it tells you be's good, and do what you told, or those peoples gonna get you in troubles. This is how they talk. It's an old slave thing. Read this. Read it, Judah. I'm gonna let him finish it.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the world that followed. See, we got next. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting, on the sideline, waiting to get our game on. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like we used to do at the parks, my man. You know how we used to be at Bain waiting? Who got next? We got next. They know we got next. They just don't want this to end. That's why they, keep trying to hold on and hold on. They coming up with ways to kill us, left and right. That's what it's all about, killing your children, your young boys in the streets that's unarmed. That's what that's about. Planned Parenthood, want us to abort our babies. This is what it's all about. At the end of the day, Margaret Sanger created Planned Parenthood so that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans would kill their own children. This is not nothing new, though, because when you go into the scriptures, you can also find where they did that, where they made the midwives kill the what was it called, the birthing seat. They got orders to kill all our firstborn males. You know what I'm saying? When they was running stuff back then, the Romans did that. What you got, Op?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Now y'all know who Adam is? Adam and Eve. He said Adam, he made him Lord of all the creatures. Check this out.
Of him come we all.
We all come from Adam. At the end of the day, every human being on earth come from Adam. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Say that again.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
There go your separation. He said, in these people here, us, who he hath chosen. So that's separation. He said, in the people who I have chosen. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord.
Right.
Because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He made the world for our sakes. That's why they do what they do. I'm telling you. See, they know the world was made for our sakes, but they make the world think that it was made for their sakes. That's why you see so many postcards with dude hang gliding across the glaciers over in whatever country. You see him got the yacht in the ocean over by the Arctic Sea and all that. You know what I'm saying? They want you to think that the world was made for their sakes and not for your sakes. That's why they do that. It's psychologically. Because they know this scripture says this. The world was made for our sakes. Go ahead.
And as for the other people, which also come of Adam,
they also come from Adam, right?
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Thou said what?
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
You hear that? He said, thou hast said that they are nothing, but what?
But be like unto spittle.
Be like unto what?
But be like unto spittle.
That's the King James Bible. He said, be like unto spittle. You see that? So does that sound like equality?
They're in here.
Not at all.
Oh, they're there.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Like I said, they tried. That was an attempt. You know what I'm saying? The little biker man, little dude, in flip-flops. I just stumped the fuck out his toes. You know that, right? But I'm gonna digress, fam. Read on.
And as for the other people, which also come of Adam,
right?
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
They are nothing but what?
But be like unto spittle.
They be like spit. That's the way they behave.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So he said the abundance of them, that means the East Indian, the Chinese, the Arab, Esau, raggedy caveman butt that just walked through here. You understand? All of them, if you lump them together, they're like a drop that falleth from a vessel. Now that means like if you got a bucket of water and you finna carry it from here, it's full. And you finna walk from here over there to take this bucket of water over there, but a little drop spill out. You don't stop and cry about the drop. You just keep it moving because you don't give no fuck about that drop. That's what the Most High God says. He cares about all these other nations, all your enemies that have done this to you.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens.
These what?
These heathens.
They're called heathen. Anybody outside of that sign is a heathen. Go ahead.
Which have ever been reputed as nothing.
They've always been called nothing.
Have begun to lord over us.
Now they lords over us.
And to devour us.
And they devour us.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn,
We his firstborn. That's what he called us.
thy only begotten,
Right?
and thy fervent lover,
Right?
are given into their hands.
We give it into their hands.
If the world now be made for our sakes,
Now, if it was made for our sakes, he says,
why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
how can we not run things? You see? And the answer to that is what? Why we don't run things, even though every guy said it was all for us. Why? We broke the commandments, and we don't want to come back to the commandments. That's this whole thing gonna always come back to the commandments. The commandments was our lifestyle. It was our heritage. This is like just the way we operated. You see what I'm saying? As a people, it was just like, it wasn't something you thought about, like, it's just something you did. We just didn't eat pork. Our women just wore dresses. Our husbands loved their wives, and our wives loved their husbands.
Right, man.
Family was family.
It was normal.
It was just normal for us.
Yeah.
Every bit of treachery we learned from our oppressors. The caveman from the Caucasus Mountains. That's the most evilest man on the earth. Now, the other nations are evil, and do some of our people do evil? Yeah, they do. But guess who they learned it from? The white man was the first gangster. And then we came with gangster rap, like many, many years later. Pretty much after the real gangstering had took place. See, the real gangster owned this block. Own this block. Could shut this block down. All the gangstering has been gangstered now. It's done. Now they do little gangster movies. And they show you the Italians and the white man, and the police department was always the Irishman, and the fire department was the Irishman, the ones who came from Ireland. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere they go, create destruction. There's no way around it. It's just what it is. I would love to have a conversation with any of them, just normal, no name calling, no nothing. Let's just go fact for fact for fact for fact. Just so my people can take a look and see that these are idiots. We are ruled by idiots. They're so uneducated, it is shocking. See, we see their colleges and the universities on TV. They try to make you think that their diplomas mean something when they're idiots. Most of them don't even know they're Esau. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am, but this man who spent $50,000 a year to go to Yale University, they didn't even show him who he was. Come on, man. What kind of sense that make? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 26.
Bring it out.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
The righteous, that's us. We're more excellent. Go ahead.
But the way of the wicked seduceth him.
The way of the wicked seduce us. Like we were saying, where did we learn how to be gangsters? From them. Everything the bad that we do, how do we learn how to be pimps? From them. Remember, we couldn't do nothing. We come from chains. So everything we try to mimic them to try to get some bread, because it looked like that's how they got their bread. See, everything they got ill-gotten and wicked through wickedness. We just don't stop to really think about it. We just try to imitate it in our music, in our everyday life. You know what I mean? They tricked our fathers out the house, our mothers, you know what I'm saying? Tricked the family apart. Basically what happened. Shalom, Mark. What's your nationality, Out?
I'm Hispanic.
Hispanic, this for you. Step on up.
Oh, appreciate it.
This for you, man. Hey, look on this sign right here. You see this sign? So you probably be Issachar down at the bottom. You see across from Issachar is Mexican, right? That's what you call yourself?
Yeah.
Mexican, right. See, a true Mexican gonna call himself Mexican. Let me just say that. But a Mexican that wishes he was a white guy, he gonna say, I'm Spanish. I'm a Spaniard.
I said Hispanic.
No. Mexican, you said. You said Mexican.
Oh, I'm a little intoxicated.
Well, see your truth come out. See your truth. See, you know that you're the Mexican side of the family. I can see your beard. Your beard ain't straight enough. You ain't got enough doggy in that. Your shit kind of woolly, if you ask me. Am I? Don't it look like kind of woolly? Am I lying, or is he? You know what I'm saying?
Curly.
Like
Right. And you accidentally told your true identity. But if you walk around saying you Hispanic or Spaniard, they're gonna treat you better. The white man gonna treat you better. Right. Because it's just a fact. Think about it. It's a fact. It's a fact. They raise their little girls and find them a blonde hair, blue-eyed guy to marry, don't they? This is facts, right?
This is the first time I actually seen you. Well, this is the first time I actually been over here at night.
Right. But this is what this is about. All praises, out for you having us out here. This is idea to have us over here so we can reach some of our people. Most High.
And I appreciate
Put it on my
you
brother to
coming
bring
out
us
here.
out here.
And I appreciate you speaking the word, man.
Yeah.
People need, I
Yeah,
really,
so you guys
I really
chosen
do.
people. Do you believe that you raised up on what, Catholic? Yeah, that's the one they gave y'all. They gave us a whole bunch. They call us Baptists and Pentecostals and a whole bunch of other stuff they call us. They did that to see we are the same people. That's what they don't want you to figure out. See, if you figure out, see, your people was dominated also by the same people. I think it was, what did I say it was? 1492? You know, 1492, you familiar with that year?
Not really.
Well, 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That's when they came over here and did all this kind of stuff to you. I ain't even trying to make it rhyme. It's just, that's what it is. These things, same things happen to your people. Used to be the Aztecs, the ancient Aztecs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all were here. Y'all arriving here was way before. My man is from Honduras. They made sure that you thought that this was not your brother. They tried to the Spaniard made you believe that this is your enemy when this is your brother. You see what I'm saying? So you know how they call it black on black crime when you're in America? They talk about us, the Judah. They talk about Judah. See, we're from the tribe of Judah, and they call it black on black crime. Another trick played on us. They gave one of us a red rag and the other one a blue rag. You know what I'm saying? This is what they did to us. What they did to y'all is not really emphasized in America to where everybody understands this, but I do the research. That's how I know my man from Honduras probably ain't gonna get along with the Mexicans from Mexico, right? Because it was another thing where they pitted y'all against each other. Even though y'all sitting here looking just alike. Couple Bible scriptures tonight?
Sure, go ahead.
Right on, bro. But where you going to, Al?
Oh, I was just dropping off a friend of mine that just wanted some pizza.
Well, catch some of these verses right quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, catch a couple verses.
This
Bring it out.
This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Check it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day,
Right.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now, are we above all nations of the earth, people? Are we on top? Do we run things? We don't run nothing, do we? We're not in charge. So the Most High God said to this people that he will put us on top. Now let's hear the flip side of the matter. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If we didn't keep the commandments of the Most High God, go.
to observe to do all his commandments
Right.
and his statutes,
Right.
which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses,
All these good things.
all these curses,
Some bad things.
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now see, they said these curses. So when I go from 15 all the way to 68, verse 68, it's nothing but curses that identify who God's chosen people, the Israelites, are. What's the first curse?
Verse 16, curse shalt thou be in the city,
Right.
and curse shalt thou be in the field.
Now, we know who was cursed in the cotton field, the tobacco
man, you don't wanna
field, the
listen.
sugar cane field. We was cursing all these fields. Oh, I remember you from last week. When you here last week, my man?
Shalom, man.
Shalom, you was right here.
Yeah.
You gonna pull his ear, man? He trying to learn who he is. Come on, man, Elder. Come on, Elder. He
My
trying to
mother's
learn who
my
he is.
mother's father immigrated from Ethiopia to the United States.
Your
Falasha
mother's
Mura.
father.
My mother's father, my grandfather,
Your mother's father. Okay.
Mura Falasha.
Okay.
3 generations, 3,400 years back in history. My grandfather could repeat father to son, his descendants.
Okay. What about your father?
My father, unfortunately, was born among the slaves here in America.
Okay, so
Didn't
that
know
would
who
make
he
you an
was.
Israelite. Not who your mother's father is, but who your father's father
I
is.
understand exactly
Does it go
what
by
you're
the
saying.
seed of the father?
But I know who raised me and who taught me.
Well, who raised you and taught you? We've all been raised and taught by a woman, but we were come from the seed
Excuse
of a
me, there we
from a
go.
man.
There we go. Raised and taught by my grandfather, who taught me the history.
But I'm just
Not
saying
by
we
my
come
mother.
from the seed of a man. That's all.
I
So
understand.
you are, according to Numbers.
Well, my father was lost. He was born in a place called Newnan, Georgia.
Did he teach?
Hey,
Hey, did he teach you to greet your brother?
Of course, and I always do. I always say shalom when we were sitting there.
Okay.
Didn't I?
Okay.
I'm trying to get this young man to come on because I want to go eat. I've worked all day. I'm ready to go eat.
Okay.
Hey, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Hey, you from the tribe
Y'all
of
here?
Issachar. Okay? He would be from the tribe of Judah. You would be from the tribe of Issachar. All right?
And together,
remember,
united-
our people gonna be rebellious to this thing because they were the ones who would come from slavery. They were taught that whatever the white man say is gold. So they gonna follow that
Would you
automatically.
say, united we stand together, divided we fall.
These people here. These
That's
people
how I
here.
feel.
The Israelites.
United we stand.
You an Israelite. That's what we're trying to get to.
United we
Do your
stand.
research. You an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. Issachar's in the
A
Bible.
little wisdom. On August the 20th, 1619, the first ship delivering
1619.
Israelites
I'm
to
familiar
this
with it.
nation arrived.
1492. You familiar with that one?
Yes, right. Let's listen. On August the 20th, 2019, 400 years of oppression ended. Just as spoken so in the dream that Father Abraham had. And notice, since that day, America has been going at COVID, economics, oil, on. America's been going downhill. That's because the Almighty, Yahweh himself, has placed judgment upon this nation.
But we're waking up. That's
So
what this is.
We come out with
We
great
only know.
substance.
I was raised just like you and taught the things you was taught. But I know who I am now, and I understand this Bible precept upon precept now. So this was part of the prophecy that we would wake up, and that those dead bodies that lie in the street would start to regain consciousness.
Ezekiel 37, but let me tell you something, brother. From the age of 10, I can speak Hebrew damn near fluent.
Why you ain't out here?
That's
Peace,
good.
baby. Why?
Law, statutes, and
Why?
commandments.
Why you ain't out here speaking?
Where you
Because
fringes?
there's different sects of Israelite thought. Trust me when I say.
This is one
There's
Israelite.
different tribes.
There's 12 tribes.
There's exactly.
There's 12
Each
tribes.
tribe has a different
And
thought.
they was all given the one book, this book, God's laws.
Is there
He
anything
said,
else?
keep the
How many
commandments. The over 613 laws.
Have
You're
a
not
great
playing
night.
with those. You think we out
Have
here
a
half
great
cocked?
night, my beloved.
I know
will
you don't
be
think
back.
we out here half cocked, Elder.
At least teach
I
your
will
brother
be back.
Rod King, man.
Right. He thought we out here half cocked. You see that, man? Now you see, he kind of confound us. That's what goes on with our elderly. That church and what they failed us. It says the elderly was gonna fail us, and they failed us. This is what it is. They really scared. They're like, you see, the further you go back with them, you better not drink on that water fountain, young man. You know what I mean? Whistle at a white woman and be dead. See, they come from that true fear, and that fear is still in them. It's still in them. It's in Grandpa, Mom, and them. That's why they say, y'all better not stay from way down there. They's gonna get you. This is the attitude that's in them, and I'm not making mockery, trying to make true mockery of them. I'm just trying to get you to understand the fact that that's what it is. That's the spirit that's in our people. And we trying to shake that off. But we young men, me and you, we young men. We supposed to be mighty lions. You know, we not scared of that. You know, we came from when the red rag and the blue rags again, and the southeast side and the west side and all those other sides, and we come from that though. So we're a little bit less scared than our parents and our parents' parents and our parents' parents' parents. See, we're a little less scared than them.